Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Before I begin, like the video, put on your notification bell so that you can know when my next video uploads. And if you like the video, come down in the comment section. Also, I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe too, okay? Don't forget to subscribe, y'all. Hey everybody, welcome to my review of Queen Sugar. This is the next to the last episode of this series, which is no longer coming back. So we got Aunt Vi and Hollywood. They're with the social worker because they're considering taking in a foster child. They really want to have a child in their home. Um, the next scene, Aunt Vi is meeting with someone to mass produce her pies, but the recipe is not right. She tells the lady they're missing the cinnamon. The lady says, we have to get that recipe out your head. And in my head, I just knew Aunt Vi was going to say, you ain't getting nothing out of my head. But anyway, she didn't say that. She was like, yeah, I just got to work on the recipe or whatever. And I was saying, I said also she better copyright her recipes if she, you know what I'm saying? Because these companies be trying to steal your shit. Then she shows Miss Aunt Vi the pie boxes, and Aunt Vi gets really excited to see her face on the pie boxes. Hollywood is handing out flyers for the debate for the school board seat he wants to, take effect and make change from the inside. At the debate, Hollywood got on his glasses looking like a smart guy. Anyway, his opponent tries to shame him by saying that his niece Nova is teaching CRT, which is critical race theory, and possibly poisoning the kids' minds. And he also brings up Hollywood not finishing school, but Hollywood brings to him that, yes, I had to struggle with school, but it's because of teachers didn't come to me to help me. He was like, he wants to be a part of the school board where he could recognize the kids that need help and those kids that fall through the cracks. Hollywood says that he wants to make a difference or at least try. He said all kids are stars, and he shuts down the opponent. The last scene is them finishing up the room for the foster child. They talk about the debate and how Hollywood did. So they finish up painting the room for the foster child. Aunt Vi is nervous, but of course Hollywood speaks life into her like it's gonna happen. So Micah and Kiki are chilling at Micah's house on the couch. They listen to an album. Micah tells Kiki about his trip to New York. He said the trip to New York is different. He felt at home. He felt like he was stepping out of his comfort zone when he was in New York. So Kiki says to him, here we go again. You're always looking for the next thing. He said he went there to get the investment to secure the collective in New Orleans. And she was like, you don't have to do that here. He said, I'll take care of it. You go ahead and do your thing. So look at this picture, right? Don't this picture remind you of when Beyonce was trying to look at Jay-Z phone when they was courtside at a basketball game? Nah, anyway. So Michael gets a text. Kiki was like, what you waiting for? So he was like, he's waiting to get an answer from um, this organization that does like police brutality stuff and to see if he got the job or whatever. So I guess he'll be the photographer for that, job or whatever of injustices, taking pictures of injustices or something like that. So anyway, Michael gets an email. He didn't want to read it, so Kiki ended up reading it. He got the job. So they're both excited. They give each other a big old hug and kiss. So Michael's on the phone with his mom. He pretty much lets his mom know that he's dropping out of school to accept the job in New York City. Of course, his mother is upset, but he said at the end of the day, he's not asking for permission. He's just letting her know. The mother gets upset and hangs up the phone. And listen, hey, this is your life to live, Michael. You got to do what you got to do for you at the end of the day. Your parents give you good advice, but you have to live for you. So Prosper offers Billy a place to stay since Dominic is back at Nova's house. Billy said, no, she's good. She's moving back to Chicago after the land deal is settled with the Landrys and the co-op. She said coming home has changed so many things, including their relationship. Prosper said he is grateful that she came and that he's going to miss her. He said they both been through a lot, and she said she's going to miss him too. We have Ralph Angel coming in. He calls out Darla name. Darla comes out. She looked like she got an attitude. They still in disagreement about if they should tell Blue about Chase. Darla said she's going to convince him otherwise, and she is not playing fair. So he said he don't want to fight. So she brings Blue out the room, and I feel like she brought Blue out the room so that Ralph Angel can see the innocence in him. Although he's a smart boy, I don't feel like he's ready for this information yet. So I kind of agree with Darla on this. I feel like Darla feels like we can cross this bridge when we get to it, but Blue feels like he needs to be prepared just in case somebody tells him outside of them. And it's kind of a catch-22. I understand Ralph Angel and I understand Darla's point of view. So they sit with Blue and the baby. Blue likes the new place and said it's just the right size. He said because his grandmother's house is too big. They take Blue. Oh, they Blue end up seeing the measurements on the wall, and they take Blue's new. Blue asks Ralph Angel to take his new measurements. They take the baby measurements, and they sit there together as a family, enjoying each other. So they take Blue to the mill, the Queen Sugar Mill, to show him around, tell him the process of processing sugar. He likes farming, he said, and he also gave them the last part of what happens with the sugar, how sugar is made. Darla said Blue is fine. Ralph Angel said he's worried about when he's away from them. Again, it's a catch-22 on that one. So they're back at home. They're reminiscing about Ralph Angel's father, Blue's grandfather. And he talked about something that the father used to do that he did to Ralph Angel. So Blue asks him, where do you think we go when we die? And Ralph Angel was like, that's a tough question. But he says that we live on in the people's hearts that love us. And that's the most we can do. That's deep. I like that. So Ralph Angel gets a call from Mr. Prosper. He's, rambling on. So he was like, somebody said what? And they end up going, getting out. You see them getting out of a truck, only to find out that Landry is getting evicted from his home because they had that meeting with the USDA. So they're worried about the land being auctioned off with the border loans land being in the middle of it. So Darla, of course, speaking life into him, don't worry about it. We're going to get your land back. So Ralph Angel steps up and yells at Landry that we did that, the border loans and the co-op, the black farmers. And, of course, Landry looking at him like, oh, what the hell? So the farmers are at the co-op. They're looking at the news about Landry being evicted from his land. Then they talk about, how Ralph Angel wants to get his land back, but he's not going to be able to do it because Landry has big businessmen behind him. So Prosper was like, listen, we all going to come together. We going to get your land back. Darla brings up that they have the advance money, and he asks the other farmers to chip in, and they all do. So Nova's feeling the way about her Aunt Martha. She feels bad that she didn't put in the time to spend more time with her. She felt like she had more to learn, more for her to teach her, more information to get from her Aunt Martha. So she's feeling a way about that. And she plans on going to her Aunt Martha's house and going back to the old place where they live and spend time there. She said she feel like she needs to just sit and listen within her spirit. The spirit thing is from me. Okay. So Nova's hosting a dinner for Dominic. She wants to meet all the people that he travels the world with. Because Dominic is trying to, he said, you don't have to host a dinner. You can go ahead and spend time. She was like, nope, she needs to meet all his people. So Nova and Ralph Angel are looking at a map that came out of Aunt Martha's book. Nova and Ralph Angel feels like, they were so busy living up to their dad's expectations that they lost track of their mom's expectations. Ralph Angel said that that's the effect their dad had on them. So that's why Nova wants to go back and get to know her mom's side of the family as best she could. So Nova and Dominique take a trip out to Aunt Martha's house. It was like they were stepping into a time capsule. Nothing was moved. Nova says she's been there as a little child. She don't really remember it, but she always dreamed about it, and it felt like home. So Nova reads out the book about, Trudy's room, which is her mom. And in the book it said you must come to the room when you're ready. So she goes to open the door with the key, but the door won't open. So I guess that means she ain't ready. So Nova's hosting the dinner for Dominic with his other coworkers that he travels with. And a professor comes over and offers him an opportunity to go to Africa. And he didn't accept, but he turns to Nova and says for her to come with him. And Nova turns it down. She said, "You doing your life's work, and I have to do my life's work here." Savannah, he's a good man. Girl, do not let him go. All right, my predictions for the finale, I feel like Nova is going to end up going to Africa with him. So Billy texts Nova to get her to go out for some drinks after the breakup. She doesn't want to go, and she's writing poems, on Martha's poems down. She's on a new writing venture. So Nova makes her way over to her aunt Martha's old house. They're gonna say some prayers for her. They get in a circle, hold hands. Nova leads the prayer, and they do this. I guess I'm gonna just say a semi ritual. And Nova says she can hear her aunt Martha. The episode. That's all I got. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks again to my new subscribers. I really, really appreciate you guys. Peace.